Hey everyone, and welcome to the second episode of our Let's Build a B&M Floorless Coaster in Planet Coaster series. Now, just a quick disclaimer before this gets into the time-lapse. The actual time-lapse itself, weirdly, is not in the right order. Some clips kind of occur after they should, so just kind of bear that in mind. Not entirely sure what happened, but it just kind of did, so if it looks a bit weird, that's why. But aside from that, this episode is kind of a dull one. It's the custom spine of the coaster, and like obviously that's not exactly an exciting thing to make a video on, but it's part of the process, so I've got to include it. Annoyingly, didn't mean to do that. But the whole premise of doing this is so that the coaster looks a lot better from off-ride and a lot more realistic in terms of its kind of exterior, and also realistic to the B&M style, because obviously the in-game track in Planet Coasters, it's a bit thin, it doesn't look right. Plus, obviously, when you 1 meter it, you get all these cross ties, and it doesn't look great, and it's like, I don't know, it's viable on an invert because the invert spine's slightly thicker, so it looks pretty decent and you can get away with it, but the sit-downs are just too thin for some reason. So I just felt that this was the best course of action in terms of building the ride. So there's an example of the cut being weird. I don't know why it's back up there, but anyway, obviously you can see that I've decided a colour scheme for the ride. I took note of some of the suggestions in the comments, and also some other colour suggestions, and I went with this kind of light blue, aqua kind of, kind of pastel blue, I suppose. Yes, I am aware that all of my coasters are blue. It's a nice colour, I can't help it, but this one I think will especially really help with the kind of Mediterranean theme, which I think I'm going to go for now. I was torn between whether or not I wanted to do kind of a Greek theme, like the kind of white buildings and the blue. I think I'm going to stick with a normal sort of Furious Baco style one. I'm going to try not to go too heavy with the theming on the ride, like during the ride, because I want this to be more of, you've got the area of the coaster, which is this Mediterranean kind of, like the plaza of the coaster. You've got this like Mediterranean kind of village. It's got shops and stuff, it's got benches, it's got fountains, it's got restaurants, all the stuff you'd expect to find in a themed area. And then we'll have this nice station that's going to kind of sit beautifully there. We'll have, obviously by the pre-lift, we'll have a little pathway that runs through there. It's got a nice little wall with the big kind of station that's very going to be inspired by Furious Baco. And then obviously during the ride, I probably won't put very much. I'll probably do some nice terrain work with some fences. I think I found this the other day, that not the other day, I found this like before, that the Hydro, the obviously the very famous TMTK creator, not really that famous, but has made some new grass pieces, like tall grass from like Planet Zoo, and I think I'm gonna get used to a lot of those during the ride. Like I want certain sections to have nice grassy fields with maybe just a few rocks and some low-lying shrubs kind of during the coaster. I think that would look really nice. So I think I'm going to explore with kind of that style, and as well I will try and do something around the water, but I have just noticed that the Cobra roll is kind of higher up compared to if I wanted it on the water. I'd have to lower the coaster down, and I don't really want to do that, so maybe I'll put a very brief section of the Cobra roll over water, but the supports will be quite tall. But I don't know, I'll play around with the look, I'll see what it looks like, we'll create something that looks vaguely decent. So, this is weird, like, just looking at it now, we've just gone from spines to catwalks, but, that's basically what else we got done in this episode. So the coaster is basically ready for supporting, which I'm going to do in the next episode, and I'm actually going to put all the audio and videos in the right order, because it's just, I need to sort it, really. But, I think what we need to do in terms of this coaster then is get the supports finished, which are a nice pastel kind of cream white colour. White supports do look nice on a coaster, and I think for this coaster especially, it's going to look really nice with that Mediterranean stucco style architecture, which I'm going to try not to do too terribly. I have tried to do it in the past, but it didn't turn out terribly well. It was a bit basic, so I don't know, I'll explore it, we'll see what we get, and kind of, give it a go. But in terms of the coaster itself, the result of the custom spine and the catwalks look brilliant. Really kind of tried to style it from the technical details of Scream and Kraken at SeaWorld. Those kind of early 2000s, late 90s floorless coasters is kind of what I'm going for with this ride. So the supports are going to be very much the ball joint support, so they've got that little gap in them. They're going to be tall, they're going to be thin, they're going to look kind of not right because that's what they look like in real life, but you know, you've got to get that element of realism really nailed down for this kind of coaster style, otherwise it just doesn't look right. But we'll give it a go. Anyway, what else? I'm probably gonna have a kind of mini video out soon of a little coaster concept. It's not really a concept, it's more just a little tiny project that I started last night, and it's heavily inspired by is it Pool Coaster Guy? I think it's Pool Coaster Guy on No Limits 2. It's just going to be a tiny one-off video of a little ride that is just very small, and it's just kind of a little random thing. I don't know, it looks cool, and I need to finish it off and get it out, because it'll be a little tiny video that maybe I'll release as a blueprint or something. But aside from that, what else is going on? Again, just thank you for the support recently on all the channel. It's been kind of ridiculous, to be honest, with the amount of people that are watching the videos, and the feedback I got for the first episode of the Floor series. That was really good, so thank you very much for that. It's quite mad, to be honest, but once I get my exams out the way, they're coming up in about 2 weeks, and they're going to last until early June. I'll get them out of the way. I'll be able to kind of head down, get a load of content out, get some new series started. I was kind of thinking about trialing maybe a different series of kind of, stick with me, but maybe building a TMTK water park, you know? Maybe a little summer project, maybe a few episodes of building a little water park, you know, using those TMTK slides, and the method of using the wild mouse to get POVs of them. I don't know. Is that something you want to see? If you want to see me give that a go, I could definitely build a little water park. Maybe I'll do it kind of as a, you know, little tiny mini side project to my main park. But I don't know. If you want to see that, let me know. Or if there's anything else you want to see, then please do leave it in the comments. I'm really eager to see what kind of stuff you guys want to see on the channel, because I don't want to get it too repetitive. Like, I know we have the Let's Build series, but I like to think that that's kind of like a little bit of an insight into how some of the major coasters that I make get built and stuff, and it means that you guys can have an input on the you know, building process and whatever, and it's like, it feels a bit more personal and involving, you know, if you're watching it and all that. But yeah, just give me some feedback on what you think this looks like, what you want to see on the channel, all that kind of stuff, and I will definitely give it a watch, give it a look and see what it looks like. So that's pretty much all I need to say when it comes to this kind of time-lapse video, so I'll leave you guys with the rest of the heavily out of order time-lapse. Honestly, you've probably seen these clips like 4 times by now, but I don't know, I'll sort it out for next episode. But thank you very much for watching this episode of the Floorless Coaster. I will try and get the next one out pretty soon, because I've already going to start on the supports very soon. I'll make sure to have that edited in the correct order, and I'll have that out vaguely soon. There should also be that other little teasing project that I talked about, and anything else, again, like I said before, that I have teased or sent on Discord or put into the community tab, it will be coming out. It just may take a little while. So thank you very much for watching this episode. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time.